In 1948, on the cold, rocky coast of Maine, stood the Darlow Point Lighthouse. A lonely tower, battling brutal storms, towering waves, and a history of unexplained disappearances. For decades, fishermen whispered the same warning: if you hear the scream under the lighthouse, don't go looking for it. Most people laughed it off, until one man didn't. In the summer of 1948, Ernest Hale, a quiet 61-year-old lighthouse keeper, filed a report to the U.S. Coast Guard. But the report was strange, very strange. He wrote, "Every night at 2:13 a.m., I hear a scream coming from beneath the tower." When officers questioned him, he explained that it wasn't the wind or the waves or any animal he knew. The scream sounded human. But the lighthouse stood on a solid rock island with no caves beneath it. The authorities assumed Ernest was lonely, overworked, maybe half delusional. They told him to rest. 3 days later, Ernest vanished. His replacement, a 28-year-old war veteran named Calvin Burke, took the post. On his very first night, exactly at 2:13 a.m., he heard it. A single scream, sharp and strangled, echoing through the stone floor. Calvin admitted he almost ran out the door. By dawn, he radioed the Coast Guard, shaking, panicked, insisting the sound was real. But before they could send help, a massive storm cut off all access to the lighthouse. For 2 days, Calvin was trapped alone. On the morning of the third day, the storm eased. Rescue boats approached the island, and they found the lighthouse empty. Inside, a journal lay open on the table. The final entry said, "I found the hatch. I heard knocking from underneath. I'm going down there." Calvin Burke was never seen again. For decades, historians dismissed the disappearances as accidents at sea. But in 2021, during a routine restoration project, workers discovered something shocking. A sealed iron trapdoor hidden under layers of flooring that had not been touched since the 1940s. No one even knew it existed. Cutting through the rusted bolts, they opened it and found a narrow staircase spiraling into darkness. At the bottom was a small chamber carved into the rock. On the wall, still visible, was a series of frantic scratches. "Let me out." And next to it, an old, oil-stained coat with the initials CB. The screams, the disappearances, no one knows for sure what happened in that underground chamber. The official report says, "Cause of death unknown. Case unresolved." But one worker later swore he heard something when he stepped into the chamber. A faint, broken voice saying, "Help me."